welcome back, Mindsetters. What a fantastic show and what great questions you guys have. I mean, the questions just show how focused you are and how much you want to learn extra. We love your questions, so we are going to take some now. Hey, Llewellyn?
Perfect. Let's see what you got. Throw
Let's
one
see.
at me.
So one is by Kashifa. She asks, can a woman get pregnant with twins where the babies have different fathers?
That cannot happen. Okay, because remember, it's the egg is coming from one side. It's fine. It can get fertilized, but you must remember it only takes a certain amount of time. Now, you could say that and I might say this in the wrong way, if she is sleeping with two men at the same time, there could be a chance, but it's very unlikely because the one set of sperm is going to be there a lot quicker than the other. Okay, so just remember that. You normally, like 99% of the chance you're not going to that's not going to happen. So hopefully that's not one of those questions. So don't stress.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yes, there is. About the sterility of men. So Muki and Mudise ask, why do men become sterile?
Okay, it can be a couple of things. Remember that you can look at a lot of sportsmen or a lot of men that you know, girls, those men that come up to the bar and you give them a clout, and the guys in sports that get the ball in the wrong place, and the guys that get a cricket ball in the wrong place is not wearing a cricket box, and that can damage the cells, if you get what I'm trying to say. The next thing is you can have people that have a very low sperm count. So the sperm, not a lot of sperm is made, okay? And if that is the case, the sperm actually sometimes don't get to that area enough or can't get to the egg. It dies out before that. Okay, that's another reason why. And it also depends on how acidic a woman is. Remember that when it comes to sperm, you get the male sperm and the female sperm. And you can't call it a male and a female sperm, but each sperm, if I draw it over here, you get a pen, would always be good. You get an X chromosome sperm, and you get a Y chromosome sperm. Now, the X chromosome sperm is the female, the Y is the male, right? So the male sperm, I'm sorry ladies, okay, but the male sperm, they are fast. They are quick, they're out the mark and they give it horns, right? They're all the way and they go, 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 go. But men, you got to understand, these women are clever. They say, chill, but we'll get there. And they can take their time. But the male sperm die out first. The female sperm is like the Duracell bunny. It just keeps going and going and going. Okay, so just remember that. X chromosome, or the female sperm, lasts longer than the male sperm. That is why it depends on actually how acidic the female is. So if it's very acidic, the male sperm is going to die out quicker. If it's the female sperm, they're going to take a little bit longer. But if the woman is very acidic, remember it's going to kill both sets, because we've got semen, right, and we've got sperm. Remember the semen shoots out and it makes it more of a basic as in alkaline, right, liquid inside the female so that it can actually survive. Okay, so there's getting kicked or getting hit by a ball. They can actually damage the cells. Some people get a very low sperm count, so the sperm doesn't survive all the way there. Or the lady could actually be very acidic, which kills the sperm off very fast. So then you'll have to go get in vitro fertilization and all of that, where they take the sperm and the egg and they do it outside the body to give it more of a chance. That's the only way we can have it.
So Llewellyn, like I know Miguel just said, that it could also be caused by the boys that wear skinny jeans or tight jeans. Is that a possibility?
No, you know what? Everybody's worried about heat. Okay, they normally say you wear skinnies, it brings the testes up nice and close to the body. If it's nice and close to the body, it gets warm, because remember, on a cold day, your scrotum actually shrinks and pulls the testes all the way up to the body to get warm. And if on a hot day, it moves away so that it can actually breathe or actually get rid of some heat, because it's got to be body temperature, right? It actually doesn't really affect it. Okay. Not in the time frame that we want it to. So there's no such thing as you should only wear boxers and not briefs because your sperm count is going to be less than the one who wore boxers. That's not it. It's just what you feel comfortable in. It's like boiling hot water. Okay, well, not boiling hot water, but hot water when you bath. You make so much sperm that it's not going to affect it. So
Okay.
chill. Don't stress. Don't stress.
And there was another question
Sure.
by Sifiso who asks, can ovulation take place in both ovaries on either side?
It actually can. Okay, it's not as common as both one ovary producing two Graafian follicles, but it can, one from this side, one from that side. You must remember that what actually happens is 1 month, the left ovary actually produces an egg, and the next month, the right one. So they give a break, right? But you do get where they both send one at the same time. So it can happen, okay? So you get one from the one from the other, or you can get both from the one ovary. Okay, so it can happen. It doesn't really matter. Okay, it gives each other breaks. Anything else? Are we
Sweet,
cool?
you can carry on.
100%. Now, before we went on the break, right, I said to you, have a look at the picture and please don't stress, this is about fun. You will never be asked this, right? But this is something for you to see and it's quite nice. I enjoy it, right? Okay, if we have a look at it, you might be asked the first part, okay? You have your big ball of cells, right? It becomes to the blastocyst, and then of course it becomes a fetus or a zygote, okay? Then that piece is the part that we're all worried about, okay? This piece, just have a look how perfect you actually are. Okay, that's the nice part. It's how perfect you actually are. We start off with something, let me just see if I've got a green here, because green shows up nicely. We start off with something that looks like a ball of cells, right? And then we change into something that looks like, nah, I can't tell you.
Like a dinosaur.
Like a dinosaur, that's very nice. If I had a look at that, there would be the teeth. There's a teeth, and it's opening its mouth like nice and big like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And then just have a look, okay? It looks like a sloth or an octopus, and it keeps going and it keeps changing. Look how beautiful this actually is, right? It changes. Look how the head actually changes into something that you are now. Look how big the brain becomes. Look how it actually shapes and moves into a child. It's unbelievable. Now, my wife is pregnant, so when I look at this, I actually imagine my son actually getting developed inside. It's just phenomenal the way this works for me. So
Are you sure it's a son?
yes, I'm 100% it's a boy. My
Okay,
second
let's
one,
hope.
100% it's a boy. Which I actually wanted a girl, but it's not the end of the world. I'm happy with my son. It's like for 10 fingers,
There's
10
more
toes.
time as well.
No more time. Now, if I have a look at this, look how the head starts changing. Now, you won't believe me, but you see this first part over here. Okay, I didn't get a picture of it, but you will have a look. Go onto the internet if you can, right? And have a look. There is a picture where you've got the human, the tortoise, the rabbit, whatever it is. They all line up one next to each other, and they look identical. Completely and utterly identical, right? This piece, the stages are identical. Then the next stage, one changes. So like 4 of them look like that, and the next one doesn't. And it actually starts changing. And at the end, you can see all the difference between a human, the tortoise, the rabbit, I can't remember the others, but it changes as it goes through different stages. So to me, this is phenomenal. This is the nicest part of it, right? And of course, it's me. So I decided to go and put it in under the microscope. How cool is that, right? That is fantastic. Look how nice it looks. It starts changing from something very small up to something that you recognize as a baby. Okay? Now, the numbers don't mean anything. The numbers are just the stages, remember? So you could say weeks, but don't stress about it. This is just about looking at it and seeing what it's like and understanding it, right? That is amazing. That is a miracle to me, right? Everything's a miracle, but this, it's perfect. I love it to bits. Now, if I have a look at it, of course, color makes you remember. How nice is that? Okay, this was the second last one. So if I have a look at it, it was the second last one. It's that one, right? And I brought it in color so you can actually see how nice it looks. It's just fantastic. Sorry, it's the way I am.
Doesn't look too nice, does it?
I think it looks perfect. Come, Kat. Come on,
No,
you've got to
look-
use it.
It looks alright.
It looks all right. Only all right. Okay, no. I'll take it there. Now, once this miracle is made inside, because women are just perfect when it comes to this. There's nothing better than a girl that does, well, a wife, but a woman that can make something that perfect. It's amazing to me. Now, that's why I have such respect for ladies, because they can do this. Men, you can't do this. So, woman, thumbs up to you.
So good. Men will always need women.
That's it. And women will always need men. Now, we need to get this miracle out of us, right? Or out of you, should I say. Not out of us. Now, you need to get it out. So, we all know it's called birth. We need to get this child out, okay? Now, there's 3 stages of birth. You have to know them, right? It's not very, very difficult. It's actually very simple, okay? Now, you must remember that there is a plug at the bottom, right? So what happens is the pituitary gland, okay? The pituitary gland sends a hormone, okay? It sends a hormone into the blood all around. It's called oxytocin. Now, let me just see. I've got it here somewhere. There we go. Oxytocin. There it is. I got oxytocin. Now, the pituitary gland secretes oxytocin. Now, what oxytocin does is it goes to the uterine wall. Now, remember the uterine wall, it's made of muscle. Okay, so what that muscle does is it starts contracting. So remember, it's like doing a bicep and pulling a bicep. It contracts. And as it makes it smaller, what happens to that whole bag of liquid inside? That bag pushes to the weakest point, right? And that weakest point is at the cervix. Okay, remember, it looks like that, right? It does this, and then you get the cervix, and then you get that piece. Now, the bag will come over there, and the weakest point will pop down, because it can't go anywhere else. Okay, the weakest point will pop down. And once that pops, right, that is called, anybody know? That is called the breaking of the water. Okay, that means that the water or the amniotic fluid actually comes down. Now remember, I said to you that the amniotic fluid actually lubricates the birth canal. Okay, that was one of its functions. Okay, so once the water breaks, or the breaking of the water, that is lubricated. Now, gentlemen, it is not urine. Ladies, it is not urine. It's not disgusting. There's no well, there is a bit of the child's, but there's no uric acid and all of that in there, right? This is just a liquid. It's been in you for how many months? Okay, that liquid leaves you, so don't go, ew, gross. No, get over it. Okay, that liquid, just grab something, clean it up, and take it to the doctor. It's not that bad. Okay, but she hasn't wet herself, so don't point and laugh either. Okay, one of my friends did that, pointed and laughed. You've wet yourself. It wasn't wetting. It was literally the breaking of the water. Kat, I see you think that's very funny.
I think it's hilarious.
Now, the water breaks, right? And the contractions start happening inside the uterus. Okay? Now, that contraction breaks the water, and then the cervix. Now, this piece over here, right, is normally at about 2.5 centimeters. Okay, that means the gap between the things are like 2.5 centimeters, right? And then what happens is, as you start going through the process of labor, so when you get to the end process of stage 1, that cervix opens to 10 centimeters. That's big. Okay, that's big. Guys, you'll never be. Okay, that big in diameter. It's huge, right? Because you've got to pass this big head through, right? So it becomes big, and you cannot do anything until that happens, okay? The doctor, you'll get there at, let's say this happens at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? You go to the hospital, your water's broken, they have a look at you, they check, sticks your fingers up, make sure everything's all right, because that's what he'll keep doing, because he has to. Okay, it's his job to do that, the gynecologist. Sticks his fingers up, make sure everything's all right. He has a look, he says, sorry, you're only 3 centimeters dilated, you got to wait. and you wait and you wait, and he keeps coming to check and he keeps coming to check, and he'll only deliver the child if it's round about 10 centimeters. So you get the 9s and the 8s, but it's actually not very good for the baby, because remember, you're hurting the baby pulling the baby out. Okay, so he waits for 10 centimeters for it to happen. Then, stage 2. Stage 2 is quite, oh wait, I'm sure I had a picture. There it is. Okay, the baby's nice and squashed. Remember, the baby's in fetal position. It's nice and squashed. You see how his head is facing the exit, or the exit part of the birth canal, right? Okay, so these muscles start squishing and pushes baby out. I forgot about the picture. Okay, stage 2. This is actually where birth happens. This is where the miracle comes, where the husband's standing like this and having a look, making sure everything's happened, and so proud of his wife and baby being born, right? So what's happening is the uterine wall contracts. Remember the contraction, the oxytocin keeps pushing it in, right? Then the woman is also have to push, but she pushes from deep in here somewhere, like right round, deep inside. It's not from the front, from the bladder, okay? It's from everywhere, like right round here. She pushes and gives it everything, right? So she starts pushing this baby out, okay? The wife has to push. I'm sure you've all seen it when it comes onto shows and they say, woman's got to push. So she actually does do pushing. So the contraction of the uterus is there, and the pushing of pushing the baby out. That's the second process. And remember, once baby's out, they've got to clamp the umbilical cord. Why do they have to clamp the umbilical cord? Very simple. Remember, the umbilical cord is part of the baby's blood supply. The umbilical cord came through, and it was joined to the mother, right, where it got its nutrients and its carbon, got rid of its carbon dioxide and all of that, right? And then, lastly, stage 3, the afterbirth. All that placenta and that has also got to come out. So that is the last piece of birth. Okay, now, you got to understand that is not yucky and icky, and a lot of men faint. A lot of men faint. But please, guys, you know what? You're studying biology, so try. I mean, it's not...
Try grow up.
Hey?
Try grow up.
That's it, Kat. Try grow up. It's... When this happens to you one day, try it. Don't be too soft. I understand some people, but try and go have a look at it. Go have a look what it looks like. Look at the texture. Look at things like that. It's very, very nice. It's very interesting. I did. Okay, I wasn't Tom Cruise, I think it is, that ate that.
Yeah,
but
placenta.
He's mad. But, okay, it's something cool, right? So they got to give birth to it. They got to get rid of it. Okay, so the tying of the umbilical cord stops the blood from coming out, right, of the baby, not the mother. Okay, she has to get rid of that, so that's the end of the birth process. Okay, so hope you enjoyed everything, and good luck. I know I didn't get to my questions, but guys, good luck with the studying. Kat, it's all yours.
Thank you, Llewellyn. Thank you, Mindsetters, for being so awesome today. You guys are always fantastic. And as KK said on the page, there's some great future gynecologists ahead of us. So keep studying, keep learning more and learning extra, guys. Another great news, I need to make a shout out to Abram. Abram is one of our crew members, and it is his birthday today. He's tried to keep it a secret from us, but obviously I have my ways of finding out. So happy birthday to him. Guys, remember to learn more and learn extra. See you for some more life science next week. Bye, guys.